You know, we're only 31 days away from ETSU and 38 days away from Tennessee kicking off their football seasons. And this Friday, you can talk a little college football and enjoy a great evening at Tennessee Hills Distillery over in Bristol. And here to get us ready for a night of bourbon and college football is Mike Chaudron. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Chris. Thank you for having me.
Again.
Good to see you again, too. It's been several months.
Hold your book up.
Thank you very much.
We had you on when this book first came out.
Yes.
How are sales going?
Sales are going really well. We're getting a lot of interest from some of the big podcast and radio networks. So it's really cool to see how the book has evolved and basically predicted what's happening right now in the business of college football.
And we love the sport. Yes. We love the sport, but there is a business side to it.
Very much a business. So what the book does is pull the curtain back on what really is happening behind the scenes of the sport we love. And that's what we're going to talk about Friday night up at Tennessee Hills.
Let's talk about that event. Tell us what's going on with that event.
So everybody knows Stephen Callahan, the purveyor there. He was a captain of the football team at Emory and Henry.
Right.
So he and I are friends, and when the book came out, we started talking about this event. So the event is really designed to be a fun night to come in and have a conversation about college football, NIL, coaching contracts, conference realignments, and taste some of their really good Tennessee bourbon. So it's just going to be a really fun night, and everybody who comes gets a signed copy of the book.
And let's break it down, okay? Because the book, you want to make sure that folks read this book, especially those college football fans. They need to read this book to get a glimpse of behind the scenes, so to speak.
Yeah, they really do, because what you're seeing on Saturday is a lot different than what is really happening on Tuesdays in this. So we pull the curtain back on the business of college football. So, for example, in coaching searches, everybody thinks coaching searches are just all out in the open. They're over before we even know about them.
Right.
And the book talks a lot about that. So we talk about how we got to this point and really what's happening in the business of college football.
And I think three letters are dominating college football right now. It's NIL.
It absolutely is. And the big thing is, college football is probably the only billion-dollar enterprise that nobody knows who the CEO is. So the NIL is important because there's really no governance around it right now. We have some legislation happening, but nobody really knows what's happening because nobody's really in charge. And we're going to have a fun conversation about that Friday night.
That's what I was going to ask you next. You want folks to come up, and our viewers out there right now, come up and have a conversation with you.
Yeah, and it's very much going to be a conversation. It's not going to be me
lecturing
off a PowerPoint, but we're going to just have a very open conversation. We've limited it to a small number of seats so it can be a very intimate conversation while sipping some of that good Tennessee bourbon, Hills bourbon.
And I think, college football has such a following. You find that I know a lot of fans of other sports, but do you find college football fans are more passionate about their sport than any other?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. College football fans, they love their sport, and the sport is still the same. It's still the pageantry, the rivalries that we love, but it's now a very big business.
Right.
And that's what we're going to talk about, because the business is very different than what we used to think of college football being.
All right, I'll put you on the spot real quick before I let you go today. Who wins the national championship this year?
I'm going to go with, and I hate saying this because I'm an SEC guy, but I think Ohio State is the team to beat.
Okay. All right. You heard it here first, folks. Mike, we appreciate you stopping by today.
Thank you, Chris. Great
folks,
being
we got a huge time to have a conversation about college football before the season starts. We're just a little right at a month away. Bourbon and college football. It's happening at Tennessee Hills up there in Bristol, right there across from the Pinnacle. It's happening Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. If you need more information, go to TennesseeHills.com.